Okay, everyone, welcome to another edition of Quarantine Cooking. Big Roy in the house. Just a little background on this dish, which is going to be fried rice. Now, I don't think I have cooked fried rice ever, with the exception of one time. It was the first time, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. I woke up my mom one morning, and I told her, my late mom, and I told her, Mom, I want some fried rice. And she said, and she was just kind of feeling a little, not lazy, but just it was like a Sunday morning, had nothing going on. She said, well, why don't you try to cook it? And I think I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. So I said, okay. So I went to the kitchen, got some rice, got some eggs, and got some hot dogs that I chopped up and then put it all together. And I cooked it up and I tasted it. I went to the bedroom, my mom's bedroom, and I said, Mom, it just doesn't taste right. So what doesn't taste right? The fried rice. So what doesn't taste right? So the rice is too hard. So what do you mean the rice is too hard? Did you cook it on too long? No, I didn't cook it it was crunchy. And then she said, did you cook the rice? And then I said, no, I just took the rice out of the rice dispenser and put it onto the pan. She said, you're supposed to cook the rice first. Ah, okay. Of course, one of the ingredients is cooked rice, all right? And I've got some of these suggestions from online, these recipe suggestions. So some of the stuff I'm going off is from online recipes. Some I'm just going to wing it and just see what happens. We're just going to experiment and see if it works, okay? So this is about 3 or 4 cups of cooked rice. It's about a day old. It's warm, or well, room temperature now, but just day-old cooked rice. Okay, it's about 3 or 4 cups. And what I did was I went into my freezer and I saw these pork chops, which have not been used in a while. So what I did was I took a couple of chops, they're about a 1/2 inch thick, cut the bones out, and then I diced it up into, if you can see that, kind of little bits and pieces there. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is just going to season these. I'm going to take a little bit of seasoned salt. And also get some pepper. Oh. All right, we'll also add a little bit of garlic powder. Some ground cumin. Okay, not too much. And I'm also going to put up some soy sauce in here. And then also some sesame oil. Okay, so sprinkle that in there. Now, once again, these aren't specific measurements. I'm just kind of eyeing them. Okay, most of my cooking is either just eyeing them or just see what it looks like. Sometimes I'll measure some stuff out, but for the most part, I usually like to kind of see what's in there. So we're going to mix this all up. Okay, make sure it's all seasoned and marinated. We're not going to leave this overnight or anything like that. We're just going to let it sit until I can get everything else all cooked. So we're just going to put this off to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some eggs now. I'll put 4 eggs in there. Cuatro. We're also going to season this too, just some regular salt and some pepper. Okay, we've already preheated a pan here with some oil. Now we're going to do this kind of in steps here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cook up and brown up the pork first. All right, so we'll get this all in here. Come on. There we go. So I got this on a medium-high heat. Medium to medium-high heat. What I'm going to do is just kind of brown them at least, or get them not too well done, because we're still going to cook it a little bit more in the eggs and the rice and all that stuff. So we'll just give it a good little browning here. Okay, so I pretty much cooked it until all the pink was gone, or most of the pink is gone. So I got this pretty much cooked the way I'd like it. Okay, now that I've cleared out the pan, we're going to use the same oil and the same fats to use to cook the eggs. Now one little last stir before we put it on there, okay? Okay, so we have this once again at a medium heat. We're just going to stir this around. Okay, now that the eggs are cooked to my liking, okay, we're going to clear this out. and we're going to put the rice in. Now, some recipes call for putting the rice in and then frying the rice and then putting the egg or making a little valley inside of the rice and then stirring the egg in there. You can do that, that's totally fine. But once again, I'm just experimenting, see what works for me and see what's good. Okay, so we've cleared out the pan and we put in a little bit of, a little more oil. See, this is what happens if you don't dry out the pan. You put the oil in there and you get those pops. Okay, so we've got some heated oil and we have our cups of rice here. We're going to put that right into the pan. Now it says put this on a high heat. I got it on a semi-high heat. We're close to about 8 on my dial. And once again, all cooking temperatures, whatever stove that you have, will vary. Now, some of you may ask what kind of rice this is. Once again, this is some leftover rice that I had. This is a medium grain Calrose rice. Most people use jasmine rice, whatever rice they have lying around. Once again, I'm just experimenting. Okay, what I'm also going to do is just add a little bit of sesame oil to this, just to give it a little flavor. Okay, I'm also going to add some soy sauce. That's what gives that fried rice that kind of little brownish tinge, that brownish color to it. Okay, now we're going to add back our eggs and our pork. You can break the eggs up a little bit there. Some of them are big pieces. You don't have to, but it's your recipe. You do what you want. Okay, now I'm going to add, if you want green onions, that's totally fine. This is chives I'm going to put in here. And just a little final seasoning of a little salt and pepper here. Now, if you want to get a little bit crazy and a little bit experimental, here's some of this kimchi. Now, it's not going to be kimchi fried rice, but we'll take a little bit of that, that liquid, that kimchi liquid, and we'll spread it around. There. And give that one last stir. There you are. This is pork, egg, fried rice. Or pork fried rice with egg. Okay, there you go. Garnished it with a little kimchi there. Let's give it a little taste. Oh. So, I like it. Probably the only thing I could do better was maybe let the pork or the meat soak in that little marinade with the soy sauce and the sesame seed oil, salt and pepper and stuff. Maybe soak it a little bit more so you get that little flavor in there. But I ain't complaining. It actually turned out really well. If you have any comments, suggestions, something you want me to try, once again, I was experimenting with this recipe. Things I may have done, things that I did, you may have done differently, but what the hey. The first time in a long time that I made fried rice, I think my mom would be proud. All right, so enjoy, have a good day. Pork fried rice, done Big Roy style with whatever I had in the cupboard and just eyeing the ingredients and stuff. All right, have a good day.